Hello everyone, welcome to the certificate course on reasoning and quantitative techniques. In this video, we are going to discuss some more problems on a percentage. We have discussed already what is percentage and what are the some basics rules we have to follow in percentages problems in the previous video. So in this video, we are going to work out some more problems related to percentage. So we shall recall some of the basic rules. To convert the percentage into fraction, we have to divide the given percent by 100 and drop the percent symbol. Uh, X% of the given number is given by x by 100 into that number. For example, 20% of 300 will be 20 by 100 into 300, that is equal to 60. If A is x% of C and B is y% of C, then A will be x by y into 100% of B. If the population of a group is P and it increases every year by R%, then population after n years will be P into 1 plus R by 10 into whole to the power n, and population before n years will be P divided by 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. Depreciation, if the price of an article currently is P and if it depreciates by R% every year, then the price after n years will be P into 1 minus R by 100 whole to the power n, and price before n years will be P divided by 1 minus R by 100 n. If price of an article increases by P%, then the necessary reduction in the consumption to avoid increase in expenditure is given by P by 100 plus P into 100%. And if the price of an article decreases by P% and the necessary increase in the consumption to keep the same expenditure is P divided by 100 minus P into 100%. Increase, if an increase by n% and a successive decrease by n% is equal to an equivalent decrease of n by 10 whole square or n square by 100%. So these are the rules. Now next question. A seller marked up the price of an article by 20% and then gave a discount of 20%. So find what percent did he lose in the transaction of that article. So we know that uh, if increase by n% and then successive decrease by n% is equal to an equivalent decrease of n by 10 whole square percent. So here first it is increased by 20, then decreased by 20%. Discount may decrease by 10%. So net decrease of total sale will be 20 by 10 whole square. So 20 by 10 is 2. So 2 square is 4%. So net equivalent decrease of the article of the item is 4%. That means the value he lost 4% in his transaction. The price of a commodity is increased by 25%. By what percent we should reduce the consumption to keep the expenditure same? So we know that if the price of an article increases by P%, then the necessary reduction in the consumption to avoid increase in the expenditure is given by P divided by 100 plus P into 100%. Now here value of P is 25%. So substitute the value of P, will get 25 divided by 100 plus 25, which is equal to 25 by 125. So upon cancellation, we have 25 5s are 125. So this is 25 1s are and 25 5s are. Then 5 cancels 20 times. So your answer is 20%. So the reduction in the consumption should be by 20%. Next one. If the numerator of a fraction is decreased by 15% and its denominator is diminished by 10%, The value of the fraction is 2 by 9. The new fraction is 2 by 9. Find the original fraction. So let the original fraction be n by d, where n is the numerator and d is the denominator. So it is given that numerator is decreased by 15%. That means n minus 15%. Denominator is diminished by 10%. So d minus 10% of d, which is equal to 2 by 9, which is given in the question, right? This 2 by 9, it is a new fraction which is given. So that will be equal to 2 by 9 here. Now, what is n minus 15% of n? So it will be 0.85 n, because it is n minus 15% means 0.15 n. So n minus 15, 0.15 is 0.85, and denominator is d minus 0.1 d. So that is equal to, so d minus 0.1 d will be equal to 0.9 d. So we get 0.85 n divided by 0.9 is equal to 2 by 9. Now multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. We get 85 into 100 is 0.85 into 100 is 85, and 0.9 by 100 is 90d. So n by d will be equal to, okay, we cross multiply this. Okay, so we get 2 into 90. This 90 will be multiplied with the 2, and 85 will be multiplied with the 9. So cross multiplication. So we get 2 into 90 divided by 9 into 85. So upon cancellation, we get 4 by 17. This is the answer. See, here's 9 ones are 9 tens are, then 5 twos are 5 17s are. So 2 into 2 4, 4 by, and 1 into 17 17. So the required fraction, original fraction is 4 by 17. Next question. The population of a town is 1,60,000 in the current year. It increases at the rate of 5%. So rate of increase is 5%. And what will be the population after 3 years? So we know that if the current population is P, and if it increases by R%, then population after n years is P into 1 plus R by 100 e power n. Now substitute the value here. P is 1,60,000. After n years, n is 3 here, so power whole to the power 3. Rate is 5. So this will be 1,50,000. 1 plus 0.5, so 1.05 whole to the power 3. So 1.05 whole to the power 3 is 1.157625. Multiply with the 1,60,000. So 1,60,000 into 1.157625. That is equal to 1,85,220. Therefore, population after 3 years of the town is 1,85,220. Next question. The value of car is 15,000 in the current year. It depreciates at the rate of 10% per annum. What will be the value of the car after 4 years? So we know that if the current value is P and the rate of depreciation is R, then value after 4 years, okay, depreciation, after depreciation, value after 4 years will be P into 1 minus, okay, because it depreciates, we have to do minus R by 100 whole to the power n. Now here P is 15 lakh, rate of depreciation is 10%, n is 4 years. So substitute the values. 15 lakh into 1 minus 10%, that is 0.1. So 1 minus 0.1 is 0.9. So 15 lakh into 0.9 whole to the power 4. 0.9 to the power 4 is 0.6561. into 15 lakh. So value of the article car after 4 years will be 9,84,150. So here the difference, that is 1 lakh 15 lakh minus 9,84,150. So this amount is called as depreciated value. The difference between these two is a depreciated value. How much sugar in kilograms must be added to a 50 kilograms of 2% sugar solution to make the concentration 10%? The current concentration is 2%. You have to make it to 10%. And the present weight of the sugar is 2 kilograms. So okay, sugar solution in the initial solution is sugar concentration in the initial solution is 2%. That is 2% out of 50. So 2% of 50 will be 0.02 into 5. That will be 1. So then the sugar added, required amount of the sugar which is to be added is n kilograms. Then um, the total weight of the sugar will be 1 plus n, because initially we had 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram plus n. So that will be 1 plus n. And the total concentration of the solution, total weight of the solution will be 50 kg is the initial, and we added n. So 50 plus n, which should be equal to 10%. So 10% means 10 by 100. Now we cross multiply these two. We compare this and this. We get upon cross multiplication. So that's how it's 100 into 1 plus n is equal to 10 into 50 plus n. So this will be 100 into 1, 100, then 100 into n, 100 n, 10 into 50, 500, 10 into n, 10. Then bring numbers together, and this bring 10 n this side. So this will become minus 10 n. 100 this side becomes minus 100. So we have 100 n minus 10 n, that is 90 n. 500 minus 100, that is 400. So 90 n is equal to 400. N is equal to 400 divided by 9, that is 44.44 kgs. So we need to add 44.44 kilograms of sugar so as to make the solution 10%. Next question. In an examination, 80% of the students passed in English, 85% passed in mathematics, 75% passed in both English and mathematics. If 40 students failed in both the subjects, find the total number of students who appeared in the exam. Okay. So let us take the number of students who appeared in the exam as n. Now in this n, 80% student passed in English. So number of students who passed in English will be 80% of n, that is 80 by 100 of n, or 0.8 n. How many of them passed in mathematics? 85%. So 85% passed in mathematics. 85% of n means 85 by 100, 0.85 n. How many students passed in both? 75%. So number of students who passed in both exam is 75%, that is 0.75 n. Now number of students who passed in at least one subject will be that will be equal to number of students who passed in English plus number of students who passed in mathematics minus number of students who passed in both the subjects. In English, we have 80%, so 0.8 n. In maths, we have 85%, so 0.85 n. Minus both is 0.75. So that will be total 0.9 n. That means 90% student who passed in at least one subject. Now, what is the remaining students? Those students will be the failed students. Out of the students who appeared, if 0.9 passed, so remaining will be failed. So the number of students who failed in both the subjects is n minus 0.9 n. So that is 0.1 n. Now it is given that 40 students failed in both the subjects. So that means this 0.4 n. So this is will be equal to 40. So 0.4 n is 40. That implies n is equal to 40 by 100. So n is equal to 40 divided by 0.1, that is equal to 400. A batsman scored 125 runs, which included 3 boundaries and 8 sixes. What percent of his total score he make by running between the wickets? Okay, so it is given the total runs equal to 125. The runs scored by boundaries is equal to 3 boundaries, so 3 into 4, which is equal to 12. Then runs scored by the sixes, there are total 8 sixes, 8 into 6, so that is equal to 48. Now the total runs by boundaries and sixes together, that is 12 plus 48, which is equal to 60. Now out of 125 runs, 60 runs are made by boundaries and six. So what are the runs which is made by running between the wickets? So that will be equal to total run is 125 minus 60. So that is equal to 65. Therefore, the percentage of runs made by running between the wickets is equal to 65 divided by 125 multiplied by 100. So that is 25 5s, 5 4s, and 5 1s, and 5 13s. So 13 4s, 52%. Therefore, 52% of the total score he made by running between the wickets. Next question. Two students appeared for an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his mark is 56% of the sum of their mark. So the marks obtained by them, you have to find marks obtained by each of them. Select marks obtained by the students as x plus 9 and x. Okay? But the first students got 9 marks more than the second. So if the second marks is x, first marks will be x plus 9. X plus 9. So total score, okay, will be x plus 9 plus x. So that is equal to 2x plus 9. Now it is given that the score of the first student, that is x plus 9, is equal to 56% of the total mass. So 56% of the total mass. So that means x plus 9 is equal to 56 by 100 of total is 2x plus 9. Upon simplification, you can do 4 after cancel with the 4. 4 14s are, yeah, and 4 25s are 100. Then cross multiply, we have 25 into x plus 9 is equal to 14 into 2x plus 9. So simplify this. So we have 25x plus 225 is equal to 28x plus 126. Now bring the numbers together and x together. We have 225 minus 126 equal to 28x minus 25x. So 225 minus 126 is 99 equal to 3x, or x is equal to 99 divided by 3, which is equal to 33. So marks of the one student is 33, and the marks of the second student, the other student who got 9 marks more than, this is x. The second student got x plus 9. His mark is 33 plus 9. So that is equal to 43.